in 2000, when we revolutionized bottom brackets with our BB30 bottom bracket standard, we knew we needed an equally revolutionary crank. Thus, the Hollowgram crank was born, the lightest, stiffest crank that the world had ever seen.
When we launched the Hollowgram, it was the highest performance crank system on the market, and it maintained that for quite a long time. Around 2007, we started to get some competition, so we redesigned it and came out with Hollowgram SL. This was 60 grams lighter, improved stiffness, and that again pushed the Hollowgram SL crank to the forefront. Come 2012, competition was getting tougher again, so we came out with the Hollowgram SiSL2. Again, has pushed the Hollowgram SiSL2 back to being the lightest, stiffest production crankset in the world. One thing about the Hollowgram is the outside shape is a very simple, smooth shape. There's a lot of the detail is on the inside, which structurally is very good because all the highest stress is on the outside of the cranks. So you want the outside shape to be simple and smooth so the stress can flow evenly around the crank. So it's only when you get the opportunity to look inside, which almost no one does because they're bonded together, but you'll see some inside machining on these cranks. You'll see how much detail there is on the inside of these. Optimizing the material placement on the crank allows you to create a very, very stiff and light structure, which is what the essence of Hollowgram is all about.
So the construction of these cranks is actually really interesting. They're comprised of two separate halves that are bonded together, but they're machined internally so it creates a hollow pocket inside the crank. What this allows us to do is very precisely control the shape of that internal pocket, take out every last little bit of material, ensure that material is concentrated where it needs to be for stiffness and strength. It's the only crank in the market that's doing this. Hollowgram SiSL2 crank. It is obsessively engineered to remove every last gram of material while maintaining exceptional stiffness and exceptional strength. So one of the most striking and unique features of the new SiSL2 crank is the OPI spider ring. Really visually differentiated, all done in the name of saving weight and improving stiffness. By forging both chain rings and the spider from a single piece of material using our patented OPI 3D forging process, we are able to get rid of all the redundant weight that's added in by bolts and nuts on a traditional chainring set, while simultaneously keeping the relationship between the two rings very, very consistent. There's no flex or movement between the rings for extremely precise shifting. And like all Hollowgram cranks and spiders, the OPI spider ring uses Hollowgram's cool little interface, which allows for quick and easy swapping between rings. So you can go from compact to double, back again, depending on what the terrain is, just by undoing a lock ring. So to develop this technology further and bring many of the benefits of the world-beating Hollowgram SiSL2 crank to even more riders, we've created two additional crank sets. We've got the Cannondale Hollowgram SI crank, which utilizes our OPI 3D forging technology to create a seamless, one-piece, yet completely hollow crank that is lighter and stiffer than a Dura-Ace crank. In fact, this is the stiffest crank we've ever made. And it continues on with the Cannondale SI crank, which is a solid forged crank that utilizes a lot of the same technology as its more expensive brethren, but brings Cannondale's system integrated performance to more price points than ever. Cannondale system integrated cranks are all about dropping weight, maximizing stiffness, all in an effort to help you turn every last bit of your power into the best possible performance.